You know that feeling when you hear a voice from a dark river? Something beautiful, almost hypnotic? It promises something magical, but you just know it leads to a cold, watery grave? That's the image of the rusalka, one of Slavic folklore's most haunting figures. But the chilling monster we see in movies today, that's really just a shadow of a much older and way more complex story. So let's just start with a quick question. Picture this. You're all alone, it's late, and there's a dark, quiet river right next to you. What's your gut reaction? Do you just keep walking, or does some deep, primal instinct scream at you to turn around right now? Go on, pick one. Because that feeling, that's exactly where the legend of the rusalka begins. And that feeling brings us to the version of the rusalka that most of us are familiar with, the ghost in the water. Yeah, she's that terrifying figure that's become a staple of modern horror, the one that makes us think twice about taking that riverside path at night. Now, this modern monster has a very specific MO. She looks like a beautiful young woman, pale skin with this long green or dark hair that flows just like river weeds. She uses her incredible voice to lure men to the water's edge, and from there she either drowns them in a chilling embrace or, and this is one of the weirder and frankly more sinister parts of the legend, she literally tickles them to death. This is the terrifying image we've all come to expect. But come on, is that all there is to it? Is she just a simple monster, a straightforward, vengeful spirit? Oh, the truth is so much more tangled, and believe me, infinitely more fascinating. To really get who she is, we have to first understand that she is so much more than a mermaid. A lot of people make that easy comparison, but honestly, it couldn't be further from the truth. It misses the entire point of the legend. Okay, so look at this. A typical European mermaid, right? Fishtail, lives only in the sea. But the rusalka, she has human legs. And this right here is the crucial difference. It means she isn't just a water spirit. She can leave her river or her lake and walk through forests and fields. She's a spirit of the entire landscape, which makes her something else entirely. In fact, Russia's most famous poet, Alexander Pushkin, actually wrote about a rusalka sitting on the branches of a tree. And it's such a simple but brilliant point when you think about it. That's a pretty hard thing to do if you've got a fishtail. This one detail, the legs, is the key that unlocks her true nature. So if she isn't just a vengeful ghost or some kind of mermaid, where did her story really come from? What's your guess? Is it just a ghost story? Is it tied to some ancient rituals connected to the land? Or is it about the very real dangers of the wilderness? Go on, lock in your answer. Okay, time for the reveal. The answer is, well, the rusalka isn't one being at all. She's actually two completely different entities that merged over time into a single, complicated legend. And this is the absolute core of the whole story. Her first soul is ancient, and it's pagan. These were spirits known as the Baragini. Now, they weren't ghosts. They were powerful, respected nature deities of life-giving moisture. They were the force that made sure rivers nourished the fields, that crops grew. They were seen as benevolent protectors, a vital part of the natural world. Her second soul, well, it's much, much darker. It comes from the belief in the Zalazhny Pokajniki, which you can roughly translate as the unclean dead. These were the souls of people who died an unnatural or untimely death. Think a drowning victim, a suicide, or an unbaptized child. Their souls were believed to be trapped between worlds, forever restless and often very dangerous. So here it is, the most important thing to understand. The rusalka we know today is a composite. She is a merger of that life-giving nature spirit and the restless, unclean dead. A goddess and a ghost, all in one. Okay, so how in the world did a respected spirit become a feared demon? This kind of transformation doesn't happen overnight. Nope, it was a slow process, shaped by centuries of huge cultural and religious change. You can actually trace this across history. In ancient pagan times, she was revered. But then, with the Christianization of Slavic lands, powerful female pagan figures were often demonized, recast as unclean forces. Then you get this fascinating period called dvoaferi, or dual belief, where old pagan ways blended with new Christian ones. And that's when the two rusalka origins, the nature spirit and the unclean dead, really fused together. Finally, in the 19th century, romantic writers got a hold of her, and they just seized on that tragic ghost aspect, cementing the image of the beautiful, vengeful spirit that we all know today. So why does this ancient, twisted figure still have such a powerful grip on our imagination? It's really not just about a good ghost story. In modern storytelling, especially in what you might call dark fairy tales, the rusalka has been totally reimagined. She's become this potent symbol, reflecting our own contemporary ideas and anxieties. And in modern film, she's often seen through two very different lenses. On one hand, you have what critics call the male gaze, where she's a monster, a seductive danger that has to be defeated, like in the horror film The Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. But through another lens, a feminist counter gaze, she becomes a symbol of rebellion. She's the unconventional woman who refuses to conform, a figure of powerful agency, like you see in Anna Malikian's film, Rusalka. Ultimately, the legend endures because it taps into so many deep-seated themes. It reflects our complex relationship with nature, how it can be both beautiful and deadly. It gets at our primal fear of tragedy, of lives cut short. And maybe most powerfully, it serves as this ever-changing mirror for how a society views women, power, and death itself. You know, the Rusalka isn't alone. Figures like her, these beautiful, dangerous spirits tied to a specific landscape, they exist in folklore all over the world. So I'm genuinely curious, what's a similar story from your culture? Drop the version from where you live in the comments below. Let's see what we find. So in the end, the rusalka is so much more than a monster. She's a mirror. Her story, from goddess to ghost to cinematic symbol, tells us about the culture that shaped her. Honestly, this is the kind of context worth saving if you like your scary stories to have some real depth. And that leaves us with one final big question. What do our monsters, the ones we create and tell stories about today, say about us?